Guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Check right, check. 66. Bullet high. Ready, go.
On first down, Franks. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
They're running it. Hey, check right. Charlie, watching your time. Here we go. 55's Mike, guys, 55. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Bravo!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Alpha.
Operating from the gun. Franks. Open man is Gordon, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
54 Mike. Go. Scene 6. Go.
Off play action. Franks. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. On the ground, Kamara. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, That really opens things up for you.
The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Kamara trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Line 54. Man, that's trash. Exit. Right there.
2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Set, ready? 18, Gator. You draw quarter. I'm coming after you. Check that, set.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
General West.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Come on, set.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Here we go again. Get it.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Back to throw. Herbert. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Franks. And that is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo. Hey, come on. Topper. Watch twins. Watch twins. Kill, kill, kill.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 6. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
51 by 7, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Franks going for it all. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's caught. Smith. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. You go night. Don't go night. Dog.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. All tied up at 10, 2 minutes left in the first half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Ready up. 59. Greystone travel. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, I said speed grip, speed grip.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
30 base. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Check. Ready?
On 3rd down, Herbert lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Harris to return. We'll call that a punt at 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 80 weapon, 80 weapon. Ready.
To throw again. Franks. He's got Smith here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's got some space here. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
60 or.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 2. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking to throw on second down. Franks. And Thomas has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Off the play fake. Franks. Time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Franks. And the pressure gets to him again.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert, and he whips that one incomplete there. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's complete right around the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Pollard, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franks. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score, Vikings 31.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On first down, Franks. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again. Franks. Forced out to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Franks. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Complete. Smith has it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them. Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
They'll run it with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Looking to throw. Franks. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
60 Pittsburgh.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Touchdown, Vikings! Tony Pollard, 96 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Kamara off the draw. Into the secondary again. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back to throw. Franks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Franks. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. And the Titans really stretching things out now as they've scored again. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Back to throw. Herbert.
That's it. That's what you want.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Protein spill.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
We got 4.